Hello, this is your host, Olive Happier, to do another boring video about a retrospective about Pointless Namers Video Productions. So that's a poor impression of Oliver Harper. Only joking, Oliver. I love you, man. So back to the topic. It's just a little video. I've already actually recorded this once, but unfortunately it didn't record the audio, so I'm going to talk through it again. This is just some of the making of tonight's Resident Evil 4 video. I'm going to re-record the audio. So what I'm doing here is basically I'm putting emphasis on the approach to the dog with a flash, like a moment of realization, and then I've turned up the volume ever so slightly, and then just give it a slight slow motion, and then a bit of a camera shake and different things, and then we get a slow pan and zoom in on the dog, and it goes slightly slower. We're changing a few of the settings around for speed and the volume, make it a bit higher, and then cropped it so it just pans in on Leon's face a little bit better. And then there is a few transitions there. The last one being a fade to black, the one at the beginning, so it's flash, slow mo's down a little bit. It's playing at high speed for some reason. That's great. So yeah, I mean you'll see it in the finished product. So I suppose I'll speed run this making of video. You watched it tonight. So yeah, putting camera shakes on the gate opening, a slight wobble transition, and then so you won't know you've seen it, but it's definitely there. And then is the collapse of the church. What I've taken is the same footage twice. And repeated it again, putting a motion blur on it, a lot of camera shake, and then little transitions and a little pan and zoom, so it plays through, quite differently. It's in the actual game. Anyone that plays the game will understand what I mean. So the video will be out tonight anyway. In this quite early on in the video, I don't do this with all of it, but everything's had a slight saturation change, and let's say just little emphasis on the action and that. Maybe it's false advertising for the game, but I just show. I'm just using this as an example to show what goes into creating some of the content sometimes on this dull British day. As we're on the approach to the national alarm send out. A lot of conspiracy theories out there, so we'll see what happens if it's still here later. Hasn't all gone horribly wrong like everything else in the world these days. So yeah, so just to see it play through, because anyone that's been like a car crash or anything knows what it feels like. The time does actually seem to feel like it slows down, but then seems to speed up on the run up to the impact. This is what James Cameron's very good at as well, like the Terminator, creating a dreamlike pace, using slow mo effectively, not just as a look cool tool, as I like to call it, but yeah, to build that like dream, like, and putting the camera shake in, and then again cranking up the volume, and putting most blur and ever so subtle changes in the contrast, and I turn up and down the gamma all the time, and so it just transitions. The fish scene at the end, I've done a good job of used a few sharpening effects on it, and then again camera shake throughout the entire thing, and drop it to different levels here and there again for more emphasis and that. And yeah, it's what keeps me busy and that. So yeah, shall we go? See you tonight. Excellent.